Hey, this is Steven from LegitTechTutorials, and welcome back to Beginning Arduino. Today we're going to continue on what we did yesterday, which is we're going to run the actual physical Arduino Uno in real life and get it to do exactly what we did in 123D circuits, which is get that 13-pin LED to flash on the board. And I'll show you guys how to do that from start to finish right now if you have with your physical Arduino Uno. Okay, first off, you're going to want to open up your browser, and you're going to want to go to let me see, one second. You're going to want to go to www.arduino.cc. That's it, www.arduino.cc. Then what you're going to want to do is go to downloads. So right now you need to download the IDE to allow you to manipulate your Arduino by sending it code and stuff like that. So down here you see that we have all the different versions of the IDE. What you're probably going to want to do is just get Windows Installer or use whatever system that you have. And then make sure that when you download that, go ahead and install that completely onto your system. And once you install it completely on your system, you should have a desktop shortcut that looks similar to this. When you are there, you're going to want to double click that. Then, before you get started, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have your Arduino ready. So here we have the Arduino Uno, as you see here. It's full, real Arduino Uno. And here it says Arduino Uno Revision 3. Now you can see it, Arduino Uno Revision 3. So you're going to have that ready for your laptop or desktop or whatever you're going to use. Then you're going to want to have the cable to connect it. So you have a USB and then to whatever this thing is. I forgot what this guy is. So you have the big prong, and then you have the one that goes to your computer, USB 2.0, and then you have the big prong that goes into the Arduino Uno. So then you're going to take this big prong here. Oopsie, let me get it in the frame. Okay, so here you see this is the female slot. Here's the male, and it's keyed, so it's got like this key here and a flat spot on the bottom. So it only goes in one way, as you see it's keyed. So just go ahead and shove that guy in there. Then you take your USB part and you plug it into your computer. And then you should hear the boom boom or whatever, that sound. And then this is where stuff starts to differ. So there are different revisions. I'm pretty sure revision 3, from my experience, runs right out of the box with Windows 7, Windows 8. Right now on my Windows 8, it hasn't been. This is a new refreshed install, so it doesn't really know. It's never seen it before, and so it's tried to install the drivers, but then the drivers got stuck, so I just closed it, and I just confirmed that it works regardless anyways. So just go ahead and plug it in and see and then do the steps that I'm showing you. If it doesn't work, then you're going to need to Google how to fix it, because I never had to fix it as it ran right out of the box for me. So then after you double clicked your Arduino shortcut, you should get to here, which is an open sketch. It's a blank sketch, there's nothing in there. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to Tools in the top left corner here. Then you're going to want to go to Board and make sure that you select Arduino Uno. And like I said, it's the most popular one. It's at the very, very top. Then you're going to make sure that you select your correct serial port that you connect the Arduino to. And usually it pops up automatically, I've seen for me, as this is COM port 4 that I have it connected to. So once you have both of those selected, then we could load that example script and run it in the real world just like we did on circuits 1, 2, 3D. Then we're going to do File, and then go to Examples, then go to Basics, which is 0, 1. Then you're going to want to go to Blink. Then it's going to load up another sketch. As you see here, it loaded up another sketch. And you'll see here that the code inside is exactly the same that was in circuits 1, 2, 3D, as it's the same code to run the virtual compared to the physical. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hit this forward arrow that says Upload. So go ahead and hit Upload, and you see the progress bar down here in the corner, and it says Compiling Sketch over here on the left corner. And then you have the progress bar. And now your Arduino should be flashing, showing that it's getting stuff sent to it. The RX and TX LED should be flashing. Then you see done uploading, so the sketch is complete, and then it tells you the size of the sketch and the maximum, and out of the maximum size. Then your Arduino before this should have been doing nothing. Now it's got this green LED on, and you can see that LED is flashing just like on our circuits 123D sketch. So here it is, same exact example running in the physical world as what we ran on 123D circuits. Alright, and then that's basically it. So here you can save all your sketches and stuff like that, same exact thing on circuits, on 123D circuits. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about that. So now you can see why it's a good idea to use 123D circuits. I think it gives a little bit more of a production value to the series, and also you could get started if you don't have a physical Arduino and you don't have any of the components that we're going to use in the series. And I'll try to use it as long as possible. I mean, it's basically the same thing as doing it on there as in real life, except for there are problems that could happen in real life. For example, you do let's say you follow one of my tutorials that I did on 123D circuits, then you try to do it in real life and something doesn't work, and you find out that one of your wires had a broken connection inside. Of course, in 123D circuits that never happens because all the wires are perfect. So yeah, so we don't have to really worry about that, but there is going to be a point where we're going to go into the physical world and mess with the actual Arduino rather than the visualization. But it's a lot easier to film, the simulation on 123D circuits. Also, when we're done with some of when you get good enough with 123D circuits, you could design your own shields and your own PCBs right off of that using the Arduino that the wiring schematic you laid out for your Arduino. Then you could just switch right over to schematic mode and then lay out your PCB and then have them shipped to you for a price, which I think is really cool, rather than having to try it out in real life, then design the PCB, then take that schematic, draw it out, then you have to go into a PCB CAD and then design it and then ask somebody to ship it. So I think it'll be pretty fun. Alright, so yeah, so next tutorial we're going to go over what exactly is going on in this particular program here. If you guys are new to programming, I would suggest checking out my How to Program tutorial series and my C series, because Arduino is based on C programming language. I have a couple tutorials to get you up to speed in C. Otherwise, you could follow along and I'll try to be as descriptive as possible. But this series is mainly about controlling the Arduino platform with the language, not really so much about the language. That C tutorial is all about the language. Okay, so I'll mention that again in the next tutorial, and then you guys could check that out. Alright, so this has been Steven from LegitTechTutorials. If you like my video, please subscribe for more videos like it. The reference book is in the description. If you guys have